Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And welcome back, everybody. Certainly not easy being a parent these days. Certainly not easy being a kid or a teen these days either. And more people are, I want to say, waking up to mindfulness. You know, what you think becomes your reality. Where your mind goes, that's where the energy flows and all of that. How do we instill that in our kids and keep a feeling of positivity, but also foster great communication with our kids? Because there's challenges there thanks to social media. I'm not knocking social media, a lot of good things there, but it also, I believe, has hampered the communication skills of younger generation. Let's talk about that today with a certified life coach and Clarity Catalyst instructor. She is also our professional of the year. Ghada Elias joins us on the program. How you doing today?
Very good with all the snow that we got.
You know, you're in Pennsylvania. I'm in New York, suburb of, I got about, I don't know, 4-ish inches. What'd you get?
I don't know. You know why? Because my amazing neighbor at night, him and his son came and shoveled my driveway.
Oh, wow.
And I was so like,
nice.
Yes. So I really don't know how much we got.
You think of more than half a foot?
No,
okay.
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
no.
Gotcha.
But it's enough for me to hate shoveling this morning. I would have hated it.
Oh, I get you.
Yes,
yeah.
But
I opened my garage and took my leaf blower and I was like blowing it off the car, but it still froze on the windshield. So I had to put the defrosters on and everything. And I did my neighbor's car too.
Nice.
And I bet that was done without communication. They just did that, right?
You know what? I opened my door at night to see how much is out there to just prepare myself. And they were done and leaving my driveway. I looked at them and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are the best. I called his wife and I said, your husband and your son are a gift from heaven. Thank you so much. You have no idea how grateful I was for what they did yesterday.
Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel good?
It's amazing. You know what? It's good to give and they feel good about it. They wanted to do it. I didn't even ask. I wasn't expecting them to do it, but just that act of kindness, it makes that person feel good and the receiver, it just fills your heart.
Yeah. There's just something about giving back, doing for others. It just makes you feel, it's almost like you're doing it for yourself, but you're helping, but you're doing it for yourself as well.
Yes.
So let's dig into this whole communication thing. Do you feel that younger generation now, call it teens, even low 20s, have challenges communicating, mostly because of social media?
Mostly. I think they don't, the skill of communication is not there anymore. They feel they can say anything and everything through a text, but then face to face, that's tough.
Yeah.
Because because through the text, you're not receiving, you're not there to see how this person's gonna take what you're saying. It's hidden. And you don't have to hear it at the same time. You can just let it go and maybe read it later or read it at this. There's a lack of communication. Like kids today don't have that skill, sadly.
It's true.
And communication is not words. It's not only words. It's body language. It's facial expression. It's your tone of voice. You can ask me you can text me and say, how are you? I'll just send you, I'm okay. You don't even know.
Right.
But my okay could be like, I'm okay. Or it could be, I'm okay.
Yeah.
That's what we're lacking. And even inside the family, we are lacking that.
My daughter is 16 and texts me from the room right next door. It's like we're not even 12 feet away, through the walls, and she'll text me, and I'm good to a point, but it's there's also a level of respect. You got to make sure that stays intact. And, with social media and people hiding behind their keyboard, they're showing you what they want you to see, not really what is going on.
Yeah.
And I can only speak from experience, but I'll watch my kids, um, even interact with others, and I've seen a, a difference in the last few years, even compared to when they were younger, because they weren't so much in terms of texting, but like even walking into a store, like just being very quiet to the clerk or the person at the register, not speaking, just not speaking up. Yeah, because they're afraid to. They don't know how to.
Yeah. It's not, it's like to them, it's not the norm anymore. The norm is the text.
Yeah.
And that's not the norm. And it's not just communication, it's really their listening skills. They don't have the listening skills that they just sit there and talk to them. Do you notice, like, you start talking and that's it? They don't want to hear it. They can't hear it. It gets them. It's the anxiety now that they feel.
Yes. It is so true.
Yeah.
There's angst when you have to speak in public. I mean, even at the drive-through to the Starbucks
Yeah.
barista, just, all right, you do it. No, just order. It's okay. What do you want? It's so true.
It's
Yeah.
so
So
true.
what's the answer though? What's the answer with all that?
Oh my gosh. A lot of going back to the old days. And it truly starts with parents. It starts with us. We can't expect our kids to learn communication if we're not there to communicate with them. If we are okay, and I am not in any way criticizing or saying anyone is doing something wrong. I did it. I used to text my daughter all the time. And now sometimes I pick up the phone and call her. And she is getting used to calling me, and we talk on the phone, even if it's just a 1 minute thing. Hear my voice. I want to hear your voice. It's those little things, maybe like just for parents to start to set up communication time with their kids. They don't have to be like, because there's a problem and we want to resolve it. They can just be talking about anything. Could be talking about the dog, the neighbor's dog. Just for them to start to know how to communicate. It's a lot of mindfulness. It's a lot of breathing techniques. It's game nights. It's going out. There's a lot of things that we can start doing with our kids at any age. Now, don't go. Teenagers are going to resist that because we are not cool for them. We're the old-fashioned. This isn't the cool time for that.
Well, we did the same thing, and
yes,
as I at my age now,
yeah.
I had an epiphany in the last year that all the things my parents said was blank and true.
Yes, yeah. And our kids will realize that once they're out of this teenage years. So we just gotta be patient with that. Maybe set a rule that, you know what, it's okay. You don't have to tell me about your life, but we're just gonna sit down. I'm gonna tell you about my life. I'm gonna tell you about something that happened to me. It opens up that path to them that, oh my gosh, my mom is sharing something with me. Okay, even if their attitude, I don't care what happened. It's okay. You don't have to care. Just listen. I just want you to hear me.
Yes.
It's okay. You don't have to care.
I come up against that all the time. It's so funny you should say that, where I want to share. Let's face it, we've got decades more experience in life than our kids. And I always say, I'm not here to preach when I was your age, but like this is what I've experienced, and I just want to share it with you. And like you said, you'll get resistance. I was like, just listen. Don't even have to talk. I'll walk out of the room after I say what I need to say. But when I look back, I'm glad my parents said those things.
They do click.
Yeah,
You're planting seeds in their mind.
yeah.
That's what you're doing. It's that's their nature. They're gonna resist. Of course, it's a teenage. We all resisted. We all like did not want to be around our parents. We were like embarrassed. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, yeah. And the kids today think we're stupid. Okay,
Well, we did the same thing.
we
Let's
did
be
the
honest.
same. Yeah, we
Let's
did. We did. Like
like you looked at your
that's
parents and you said, to
yeah. Okay,
yourself,
whatever.
you're old. You don't get it. You're old. But
Well,
anyway, be respectful. But in your mind, you're like, you're
yeah.
wow, 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 wow. You're old. Come on. What do you know? Tell me, tell me one thing one of your parents said to you when you were younger, be it a phrase, usually it's a cliche, whatever it is,
Okay. Well,
that resonates with you now.
um, the one so see I'm different because I was born in Lebanon. I come from a very conservative family, and back then if my dad said the sky is green, oh, the sky is green. There's no like debating, no answering back. That's how it is. This is what it is. We follow
Hmm.
rules. But the one thing that I until today I'm very grateful that my and it was my dad. He made us go to church every single Sunday. That was
Yeah.
not a choice.
Mm.
And that really strengthened my faith in me. So it wasn't something they said, it was just like, it was something they made us do.
But I'll bet back then
Back then, oh my
on
gosh, are you
Sunday
kidding me?
morning, you'd
Oh,
be
I didn't
like,
want to get up.
oh, I
I
just want to
know.
lay in bed. Why do we have it?
I know.
Let's get going, everybody, out of the
And,
house.
yeah, and it's not just that. Oh, we had to tell him what did the
Ooh,
Bible say, like
ooh.
the reading, what it was about. So if we're not listening, couldn't tell him. So it's not just going; it's really
Ooh.
attending mass.
He wasn't messing around.
He was not
It's
messing
like
around.
that funny. I
Yeah,
mean,
that was
I
a
went
big
to
thing.
church. I went to church yesterday, and it was the book of John, I think chapter 7. I don't, this is not my thing. I just go for
Yeah, yeah,
a message and,
yeah.
the music and but whatever. When
Okay, okay.
I think back to things I heard, it would have been, it's a buffet of things, but these have been sticking in my head recently. Go with the flow. And to me, I interpret that as life is going to take you in this direction. Don't fight it. Just go with the flow. That's the way the universe works. It'll all work out. My mom used to say
Yeah,
that all the time.
eventually.
It really is true. Now that I
Yeah.
look at life, you worry about things, it all works out. You lose a job, yeah, where are you freaking out? It'll all work out. I wish I accepted that when, for what it was. Didn't have a close relationship with my dad. He wasn't very spiritual as far as I know, but he said these three things: learn how to read, learn how to dance. He was a ladies' man, loved to dance, and breathe.
Yeah.
And how you
Breathe.
just said that before. And I didn't know what he was talking about. Like I was an anxious kid and just take a deep breath and hold it. Just hold it. And as a kid, what do you like?
What it is. Yeah.
What do you know?
Yeah.
But he's right, right?
Well, I have a story to tell you. So I'm also a presenter for Life Smart. It's a program here that I'm with this organization, and we go inside the schools and we present to kids about relationships, red flags, toxic relationships, how to build their self-esteem, and this girl, it was done, they're leaving, and this girl was telling me that she's very anxious about because she has a test. And I said to her, do you breathe before you start the test? Breathe. And she goes, well, I try. I said, well, do you know how to breathe? She goes, not sure. So I showed her the technique of breathing. So telling someone what to do is good. But a lot of times you've got to show them how to do it. You have to teach them the skills of journaling. You have to teach them. If you tell a kid, okay, make sure you journal every night, then look at you like, okay, what do I say in my journal? Am I going to tell about it? Usually journaling, they're thinking, okay, I'm going to list what I did during the day. And no, journaling doesn't have to be, it's not a one way. There's so many ways that you can journal. Breathing, there are more than one technique that you can learn, and you see what fits you, what works for you. So it's not just telling them, it's teaching them those skills.
You're so right about that. And even I wrestle with it. I keep a gratitude journal, but then I wonder, am I doing it right? Yeah, I'm investing my time in this. I want to make sure that I'm doing it right and, want the best benefits of expressing gratitude. I even bought a gratitude journal, found one for $8. It just walks my hand through it. But yeah, to your point, journaling, how do you do it? And I'm going to throw you another one. I'm not talking about religion here, but I believe we live in an Amazon world where you press a button, you get what you need right away. We use GPS to tell us how we just, follow the instructions. That's it. Even praying.
How do you pray?
Okay.
Absolutely.
How do you do it? How are you supposed to do that? Where do I look that up?
Yeah. So this is what I try to teach my daughter. That praying is not just repeating words. Like I pray the rosary. Okay. Sometimes I feel like I'm just repeating words. But a lot of times really praying can just be sitting in silence. Praying, you just look at God and say, I really need you today. Praying can be listening to music. I used to go to adoration and I would sit in church and just nothing, say nothing. I don't pray. I just go into this silence because this is where, like, okay, I don't know how to explain it, but this is where you feel that closeness, or you like they say you have to be silent to hear God. We don't know how to be silent. How do you learn to be silent? That's a tough one.
This just leads, I know we went in a different direction here, but this leads me to a question. What's the difference between meditation and praying?
Okay, well, that's going into like praying is knowing that you are present with God, that He is right there. Like if you close your eyes, you could see His face. Meditation is you're taking your mind. You can do meditation with breathing, so you're only focusing on the breathing, and that's good. Or you can travel in your mind to a place where you can feel happy, like your happy place. Or you can work the thoughts in your mind and imagine them as clouds and get it. It's a way to calm yourself down. However, you can meditate and pray because you're also focused on God. It really depends on what you want to do. They will both bring you peace because they both will calm you down, but each one in a different way.
The reason I asked you that question was because meditation is quiet.
Yes. And praying is quiet.
Thank you. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
that's why I wanted to look at both of those. One thing, my takeaway here today for sure is with our teens, our kids, to expose them to new things like this thing called mindfulness,
Mhm.
breathing, all of this spirituality. We need to show them how. You can't just
Absolutely.
say, let's
Go
say,
breathe.
doesn't matter how old your kid is. Um, if they're going through a tough time and you say, all right, it's all right, just breathe, just breathe. What does that mean? That's
I'm
not,
breathing.
I'm breathing.
I am
I don't,
breathing. Like,
exactly,
what are you talking about?
exactly.
Yeah.
Go into the detail of
Yes.
however you want to work it, but
Yes.
take a deep breath and hold it
Yeah.
for 3 seconds and then let it out and then do it again. That give the instruction of how to do what
How
you're
to do
explaining.
it
Yeah.
and show them. And the other thing, don't just say to them, well, it's only words, let it go. How do I let it go? It's in
Yeah.
here.
Right.
This thing does not stop. This thing just keeps on going and going.
Yeah.
How do I let it go? And that's where like awareness of your feelings and emotional intelligence and mindfulness, they all come in. Yeah. How do
Yeah.
I not take anything? I don't know if I shared this, that at one time I told my daughter, so every time someone is talking to you negatively, they're saying something negative to you, imagine there's a wall in front of you between them and yourself, and see the words that they're saying, but they're hitting that wall. They're not getting to you, because that's when you don't take them personally, because it has nothing to do with you. It's that person. They're just reflecting who they are, not who you are. That's one thing. And the other thing, for kids to use when they're communicating, if they're in a discussion with someone, or they're having a, I don't want to say a fight, like um I forgot the word, but anyways, to use the word I, instead of saying you're making me feel bad, I'm going to say I feel what you're doing is hurting me. So I'm not attacking that person.
Right.
There's a lot of like little tweaks you can teach your kids.
It's
But
hard to remember all those in the,
I know.
that's why you need a life coach on speed dial. Yeah, I'm serious. Like
Yeah.
just, somebody
I
reach out to you when
yeah.
they're, just have a deal.
Yeah, I love the Clarity Catalyst course for kids. Truly amazing. That's what it teaches. It teaches them to realize their core values. It teaches them how to breathe, how not to take things personally, how to realize all these voices in their mind and name them. And so when things happen, they're like, oh well, I know who's talking in my head, and I don't want to listen to them. And this is what I'm going to do. How to journal. It teaches them how to journal. It's all these skills that if they have them now, you plant the seeds, and as they grow older, they have the skills.
Yeah. I think it's
Yes.
wonderful.
I think so too.
Right down to journaling. Yeah. Even as an adult,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
hey, go journal. It's really good for you. It's going to help move you. All right. What do I do? What do I write? What am I,
Yeah, that was my struggle when I first started journaling.
I get
I
it.
didn't know how to journal. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I started, I would write a letter to myself. And I would tell myself, oh, well, you did this today. I'm so proud of you. But then maybe next time do this way.
Yep.
That's how I journaled. That's how I started.
Wow. And your feelings, that's
Yeah.
the, not,
That's
it shouldn't be a shopping list of things that you did. Well, I went to the
no,
store.
no. It's things that happened, like really important things. So,
and, and how you felt about
and
those
how I
things.
felt about them. Yeah.
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 How do we find you, Ghada? Somebody wants to connect with you, even the Clarity Catalyst instructor part of you. What's the best way?
It's all on my website, savoryourseasons.com. And, or you can email me, Ghada@savoryourseasons.com.
And that's Ghada.
DA.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great talking with you.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's so nice. And I mean that. Great talking with you. we actually communicated. Can you imagine that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's always wonderful getting together with you, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Same here.
Thanks. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.